Hello everybody, hope you're well. Once again, welcome to Let's Talk More. Today my studio guest is Miss Surrey. In young age, she find a lot of challenge. Her mom, not very well, looking after her, same time have a dream. Let's find out more. Stay tuned, Let's Talk More with Rumel Gulzar. Dhwani, welcome to Let's Talk More.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Not too bad, thank you. You look great, but before we go to your title, Miss Surrey 2021, tell us a bit about where you're born and when you moved into England.
So I was born in India, specifically Mumbai, and I moved here when I was 5, and I've lived in Surrey most of my life until I came to uni.
Where you studying?
So I'm doing medical sciences at University of Leicester, and I've just finished my first year.
Dhwani, I was reading early this morning, you have a bit challenge when you're very young, moving from India when you're 5, then arrive and your mom became ill, I believe as a brain tumor?
Yes.
And you was coming a carer for your mom age of 8.
Yeah.
Just share that time with us, please.
So after a few years, after we moved here, my mum was diagnosed with brain tumor. She got a surgery done, and it was very sort of a really difficult time for my family. At the time I was very young, so no one in my family told me actually what was kind of happening. But as I grew up, they kind of said, this is what happened, this is why we had to go back, and all of this. But once I understood it, I was like, I want to do something for other people that have brain tumor and their families. And because brain tumor is a condition that doesn't only affect adults but children as well, and it is a really big killer across the globe. So I knew that I wanted to do something with this, and I just kind of focused all my charity work for quite a long time on brain tumor and other brain disorders such as Alzheimer's.
Dhwani, age of 8, yourself is at that time kind of called very young and child, and it was quite difficult that time for you when you find out your mom have to go for hospital for a few months. How you find out that?
I think it was around 2010 that they actually told me, like my family told me. But because most of my family are in India, so we kind of went to India to get her treatment done. My grandparents didn't actually tell me. They were just like, if my mum wanted to see me, they'd lie to me and then they'll take me, because I had no idea as to what was going on. So it was a bit different because I didn't really know what was going on. I was away from my mother for so long, and at the time it was only me. I had no siblings, so it was very difficult.
So then your mom back from hospital after 6 months, I believe?
Yeah, around 6 months.
So what's your expression? What's your feelings that time when you saw after 6 months your mom, she's back?
Honestly, I can't remember how I felt. It was a long time ago, but I'm pretty sure I was very excited to have her back because I'd been away from her so long.
What's keep you going on that time?
I think I was very close with my grandparents, so I was staying with them, and I think just having them there with me was a really sort of push forward.
Let's talk a little bit more about you involved with the one charity. What's the charity name?
The Brain Tumor Charity.
So what's your role is there? What do you do for that?
So I'm most probably going to end up becoming a young ambassador from the new academic year. So I will just be spreading awareness about the disease itself, symptoms, diagnosis, and the Brain Tumor Charity app, Brian, and just kind of spread awareness.
What's your message to young people out there? They are facing the same challenge. What's your message to them?
I think in times like this, you just have to be strong, and the stronger you are, the better you'll get, and you just have to fight through this because it will get better.
Past 15 months is a very difficult time for all of us.
Yes.
Being as a young person, what impact lockdown have in your life?
So because I was on my gap year during that time, I was supposed to work at a care home. That kind of got shut down because COVID hit, and with care home and everything, it was very much sort of more stricter because obviously elderly people and they're more vulnerable. But I think it was good in the sense that I was able to spend more time with my family and we just kind of connected at a different level.
What do you think is anything good came out from this lockdown?
I think that we've all realized that there is a really big shortage of doctors, and I think that people studying medicine or wanting to study medicine have like a good strong heart, because if something like this ever happens again, God forbid it, but then we'll have like a very strong foundation with new technologies, and our younger generation are our future, so they'll just be there to help us through it.
This is your first year in the University of Leicester. How are you finding Leicester?
The first time I came to Leicester, I fell in love with it. I don't think there are any words to explain how I feel about going to Uni of Leicester.
So you're hoping to settle down in Leicester after graduation?
I'm not too sure quite yet. I think I'll just see where everything takes me.
Tell me a bit about your wearing shawls and crown Miss Surrey 2021, when you competed and when you win.
So my mum filled out my application and I had no idea about this. So I was finishing off a assignment and she phones me and my brother's like, he calls me Didi as like a form of respect for his elder sister. So he was like, oh, you've been selected for Miss England. And I was like very shocked and like ecstatic as to like, how did this happen and all of that. So I went through the wild card. I came second in the voting, which led me into the interview round. And then from the interview round, I got selected as the finalist. And then I was crowned as Miss Surrey.
So I believe this all happened virtual and you did a little catwalk front of the computer, am I right?
So the catwalk, talent and introduction video were all filmed and then sent off to Miss England, which were then put on their YouTube channel. So it was a very different experience, not the normal pageant experience.
Why is it so important for you competing this competition?
I think Miss England provides a platform for me to be able to raise awareness about brain tumour, but also the importance of education, and not just our academic education, but education about just other areas of life. So I think this platform will like really help me to, expand basically how I can spread awareness.
You don't think this is a bit beauty pageants a bit out of date?
No, not really. I think that some people do have their negative views on beauty pageants, but Miss World, Miss England, the heart and soul of these pageants are based on charity, beauty with a purpose, which is what Julia Morley started. And it's mainly charity work, and that just shows that even though you may have a beautiful face, but you also have a beautiful heart. So I don't really think that beauty pageants are out of date. I think the cause of beauty pageants has changed and has impacted loads of children around the world in an advantageous way.
After winning title Miss Surrey 2021, what made different your life?
I think there was a sort of boost in confidence in me, and I think I'm able to use my title for the better. Like I was able to do a charity event, which was taking a very long time to push forward because of COVID, but like as soon as they found out that I have like a title and everything, they kind of worked it forward, and I was able to do all of that, spread more awareness, and I'm using my social media now as to like further increase awareness about brain tumour.
Some people out there, they have a very stereotype opinion, and they think beauty pageant are very sexiest. What's your view on that?
Some people will have their opinion on it, but I don't think I can comment on if they're right in saying those things or if they're wrong in saying those things, because we can't really change one's opinion. We can only change the way we view things. So in my eyes, I think beauty pageants are a really good way of, supporting young children and supporting different charities. Like so many of my fellow contestants, they support various different charities and work with them, and one of the contestants I spoke to, she does loads of different talks with loads of different organisations. So I don't really have a view if it's sexist or not.
As you say, it gives you opportunity to shine and build the confidence going into the charity work, but there is a lot of other ways. Why is a beauty pageant?
I think this beauty pageant came as a very big shock, and with the excitement of it, I think I just kind of got into the flow. But obviously before then, I've been associated with the Brain Tumour charity for 4 years and with Alzheimer's for like the last 2 years. So I've been doing like a lot of charity work even before Miss England happened. But I think Miss England just kind of pushed me to do a lot more than I have done before.
At the university, people recognize you as a Miss Surrey 2021?
Uni is very different right now because everything was online. So I haven't had the chance to kind of go out and like meet people on campus or even in my accommodation, really. But the people that do follow me on my social media, they do know that I'm a contestant in Miss England. And they do say, oh, how's like, they just kind of ask questions and stuff.
So finals taking in August in Coventry.
Yes.
If you win, what could make a difference in your life?
I think if I do end up becoming Miss England, there's just going to be a big boost in my work for Brain Tumour Charity, Alzheimer's Association. The fact that I'm going to have like a huge responsibility on my head is just a big thing in itself, because wearing the Miss England crown means you would end up representing England at Miss World, which again is a huge responsibility, and you're representing not just you but your whole nation. So there's going to be a bigger responsibility on my head, and I'm ready to take that responsibility.
You're hoping to win, you're hoping to crown Miss England title 2021 and going to Miss World. This Miss World stage, what mean to you?
This Miss World stage, other than expanding my platform, would mean that I'd be able to witness different cultures from across the world, because it'd be so many different contestants representing their nation, their country. So I'd be able to learn about their culture, their backgrounds, and it would just be like, it would be a good time to, meet people around from the world and explore and like just be able to learn.
How are you preparing your competition?
There's a lot of practice going on for my catwalk, and there's also a lot of mental preparation going on, because Miss England, whoever Miss England is, they need to be well-rounded. They need to be able to show that they can compose themselves really well, and obviously catwalk's a big thing, but I think the big thing is like charity work, and the emphasis on charity work is very, very big in these competitions. So I think I'm just going to continue doing a lot more charity work once I get back home.
How do you describe Miss England?
Oh, I don't think there are any words to describe Miss England. My journey so far has been amazing, and for the next year it's just going to be so great.
If you win, what's your first duty will be?
So the day after the finals is my birthday. So I think I'd just be spending that day with my family and celebrating my birthday.
So you're hoping to be double birthday treat. Dhwani, going back to your childhood, when you were 8-year-old, you caring for your mom. Your mom was away for a few months and getting a treatment for the brain tumor. If you look back those times, what brought to you in your mind right now?
I think the fact that I saw my family go through a very difficult time really kind of clicked something inside of me to say, like, no, I need to do something for other people that have brain tumor. And the fact that I know that young people have brain tumor and some end up not surviving is just very heartbreaking. And I want to be able to help find a cure for it and help research and, be able to treat young children so they, have a good future. It was mainly the difficulty my family and my mum suffered that pushed me to do more for brain tumor.
It's quite hard, tough, as you say, you're preparing for your competition, hoping to be crowned Miss England 2021. So you're not affect your education. You're in first year, am I right?
Yes.
You have an impact on your education?
No, I was thankfully able to balance everything out really well, and because I found out this information in February, so I still had a very long time until first year finished. So I think it was more so being able to balance it out really well, which I was able to do, thankfully. And my exams went well, and my other assignments went well and everything. So hopefully I'm just hoping for the best in my exams and for Miss England.
Coming to that far, coming to Miss Surrey 2021, now you being one of the finalists competing into Miss England 2021, hoping to wear that crown. What's the biggest challenge you faced so far?
I think the biggest challenge is not being able to know the contestants as well. And Miss England not only is a pageant, but it's also a way that you can make good friends for a very long time. And some of the past contestants that I've seen, they're still friends with each other, and I see it on their social media, which I think is just amazing. And I've only been able to properly meet contestants in the sports round, which was the only live event that has happened yet. I think that's one of the challenge, like not being able to get to know the contestants on another level. Another challenge is the fact that it was pushed so far back as well, because the original date was supposed to be 24th of June, so by now we would have had our Miss England 2021. And just to wait much longer is just very difficult, because they had to postpone it quite a few times, which is just heartbreaking, but so necessary.
If you don't win, what impact will be in your life?
I don't think there would be much change. I think it would limit my platform, but it would also mean, but I would still have my title as Miss Surrey, and I would just use my title to continue working and doing my charity work.
Dhwani, how are you going to describe lockdown?
Lockdown. It was very long, but again, very necessary. And I think it just brought me and my family closer.
Dhwani, thank you for speaking to us. And
thank you for having me.
Coming into Let's Talk More. It's our pleasure. We wish you all the best and good luck for August for your final.
Thank
and
you.
Hope to see you very soon with title Miss England 2021.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching this episode. I hope we learned something with Dhwani's stories. As she said, Miss Surrey, she had a challenge, but she came out. She was strong. She was 8 and she's away from her mom, but she didn't give up. Now she's hoping to crown Miss England 2021. I always say be a game changer. I will be back next week with a new life story. Stay tuned. Let's talk more with Rumel Gulzar.